Welcome back to Naveen Tech Hub. In this video, we are going to learn AWS CloudWatch Monitoring Masterclass in a beginner-friendly and practical way. We will cover CloudWatch Metrics, Logs, Dashboards, Alarms, EventBridge integration, and Auto-remediation. By the end of this video, you will understand how production teams monitor AWS applications, detect failures early, and automatically respond to issues. This is useful for AWS beginners, DevOps engineers, cloud engineers, certification aspirants, and interview preparation. Before learning CloudWatch, let us understand why monitoring is important. Imagine an application running blindly in production. If CPU usage is high, users are facing errors, latency is increasing, or the server is about to fail, but nobody knows about it, that is a dangerous situation. Monitoring gives visibility. It helps us answer questions like, is my application healthy? Is the server overloaded? Are users facing errors? Do I need to scale? Should I alert the support team? CloudWatch helps us move from operating blindly to operating with visibility. A simple analogy is a hospital patient monitor. In a hospital, doctors monitor heart rate, oxygen level, blood pressure, and emergency signals. If something goes wrong, an alarm triggers immediately. Similarly, in AWS, CloudWatch monitors application and infrastructure health. Metrics are like patient vitals. Logs are like doctor notes. Alarms are emergency alerts. Dashboards are patient charts. EventBridge acts like a hospital dispatcher that sends the alert to the right system. This analogy makes CloudWatch easy to understand. Amazon CloudWatch is a monitoring and observability service from AWS. It collects data from services like EC2, Lambda, RDS, API Gateway, ECS, EKS, and many more. CloudWatch can collect metrics such as CPU utilization. It can collect logs such as application errors. It can create dashboards so teams can see system health in one place. It can create alarms so teams get notified when something crosses a threshold. It can also trigger automated actions using EventBridge. In simple words, CloudWatch is the central nervous system for AWS observability. CloudCop has several important components. First, metrics. These are numerical values like CPU usage, memory usage, request count, and latency. Second, logs. These are text-based records from applications, servers, and AWS services. Third, dashboards. These provide a visual production view using graphs and widgets. Fourth, alarms. These watch metrics and trigger notifications or actions. Fifth, logs insights. This helps us query logs quickly. Finally, the CloudWatch agent helps collect additional data, like memory usage and disk usage from EC2 instances. CloudWatch metrics are time series data points. For example, EC2 CPU utilization can be recorded every minute. Over time, we can see whether CPU is normal, increasing, or spiking. A metric usually has a namespace, such as AWS/EC2. It has dimensions, such as instance ID. It has a statistic, such as average, maximum, or sum. It has a period, such as 1 minute or 5 minutes. And CloudWatch stores this data for analysis and troubleshooting. In interviews, remember this: metrics tell us what is happening numerically over time. Now let us think about the first hands-on lab, monitoring EC2 CPU. The flow is simple. First, launch an EC2 instance. Then open CloudWatch Metrics. Select the EC2 namespace. Find your EC2 instance using the instance ID. Then analyze the CPU utilization graph. This is one of the most common real-world monitoring tasks. If CPU is constantly high, it may mean traffic is high, application logic is inefficient, or the instance size is too small. So CloudWatch metrics help us make scaling and troubleshooting decisions. CloudWatch Logs stores application and system logs. There are two important terms, log group and log stream. A log group is a collection of logs, for example, /var/log/application. A log stream is usually logs from a specific source, such as one EC2 instance or one container. Think of a log group as a folder, and log streams as files inside that folder. Logs are very useful when debugging application errors, failed deployments, authentication issues, or runtime exceptions. By default, EC2 application logs are not automatically visible in CloudWatch Logs. To send logs from EC2 to CloudWatch, we usually install the CloudWatch agent. The practical flow is install the CloudWatch agent on EC2, configure which log file paths should be collected, start the agent, then verify the logs in the CloudWatch console. For example, if your application writes logs to /var/log/myapp.log, we configure the agent to push that file into a CloudWatch log group. This is very common in production. CloudWatch Logs Insights allows us to query logs using a query language. Instead of manually opening thousands of log lines, we can search quickly. For example, we can select fields like timestamp and message, then filter logs where memory is greater than a threshold, or search only messages containing the word error, then sort by timestamp and limit the result. This is very powerful during incident troubleshooting. In production, when someone says, check why the application failed, Logs Insights is one of the fastest ways to investigate.
CloudWatch Dashboards give a visual view of production health. Instead of checking CPU, errors, latency, and logs separately, we can combine them into one dashboard. For example, a production dashboard can show HTTP 5XX errors, ALB latency, active connections, EC2 CPU and memory, RDS CPU, disk usage, and recent service events. This is very useful for operations teams, DevOps teams, and support teams. A good dashboard should quickly answer, is the system healthy or not?
CloudWatch Alarms watch a metric and compare it against a threshold. An alarm can have 3 states. OK means everything is normal. Alarm means the metric crossed the threshold. Insufficient data means CloudWatch does not have enough data to decide. For example, we can create an alarm when EC2 CPU is greater than 80% for 5 minutes. When the alarm triggers, CloudWatch can send an SNS notification, trigger auto-scaling, or integrate with EventBridge for automation. Now let us create a simple CPU alarm conceptually. First, select the EC2 CPU utilization metric. Then define the condition, for example, CPU greater than 70%. Then choose the evaluation period, such as 5 minutes. After that, configure the action, such as sending an SNS email notification. Finally, test the alarm by creating CPU load on the instance. This is a very common AWS beginner lab. It teaches an important production concept. We should not wait for users to report issues. Monitoring should notify us early. CloudWatch alarms are not only for CPU. In real projects, we create alarms for many scenarios. For high compute usage, we monitor EC2 CPU. For memory usage, we collect memory metrics using the CloudWatch agent. For low disk space, we monitor disk usage. For application errors, we monitor ALB 5XX error count. For Lambda failures, we monitor Lambda error count. In production, alarms should be meaningful. Too many unnecessary alarms create noise. Good alarms should represent real business or application risk. Amazon EventBridge is a serverless event bus. It receives events from AWS services, custom applications, or SaaS systems, and routes those events to targets. The flow is simple. A producer sends an event. The event goes to an event bus. A rule checks whether the event matches a pattern. Then the event is sent to a target, such as Lambda, SNS, SQS, step functions, or another AWS service. In simple words, EventBridge helps us build event-driven automation. Now let us connect CloudWatch Alarms with EventBridge. Suppose an EC2 instance has high CPU. CloudWatch detects the CPU metric and changes the alarm state to alarm. That alarm state change becomes an event. EventBridge captures that event using a rule. Then EventBridge routes it to a target, such as AWS Lambda. Lambda can perform remediation. SNS can notify the team. This is how we move from simple monitoring to automated operations. In this hands-on lab, we create an EventBridge rule for a CloudWatch alarm. First, open EventBridge and create a new rule. Second, select AWS Service as the event source. Third, choose CloudWatch Alarm State Change as the event type. Fourth, filter for the alarm state, such as Alarm. Fifth, select a target such as Lambda or SNS. This is useful because we do not want humans to manually react to every alarm. For repeated operational issues, automation saves time and improves reliability. Now let us look at a real production use case, auto-remediation. Suppose an application server becomes unhealthy or CPU is continuously high. CloudWatch detects the issue and changes the alarm state. EventBridge captures that alarm event. Then Lambda is invoked automatically. Lambda can perform actions like restarting a service, creating a ticket, scaling resources, collecting diagnostic logs, or notifying the team. This is called self-healing architecture. But one important point, auto-remediation should be used carefully. Always add safeguards, logging, and approval steps for critical actions. CloudWatch and EventBridge are also useful for deployments and security monitoring. For failed deployments, CloudWatch can detect failure events. EventBridge can trigger Lambda to create an incident ticket. SNS or Slack can notify the DevOps team. For security monitoring, CloudWatch can collect logs, detect suspicious activity, and trigger alerts. For example, unauthorized root login attempts or security group changes can be routed through EventBridge. In real production environments, observability is not only for performance. It is also important for reliability, deployment safety, and security visibility. This slide shows the complete end-to-end architecture. We have an EC2 instance running inside an application VPC. The EC2 instance sends metrics and logs to CloudWatch. CloudWatch stores metrics, logs, and alarm state. When an alarm triggers, EventBridge captures the alarm event. EventBridge then invokes AWS Lambda for remediation. Finally, SNS sends email or SMS notification to the admin team. This architecture is beginner-friendly, but also very production-oriented. For interviews, explain it like this. CloudWatch observes, alarms detect, EventBridge routes, Lambda remediates, and SNS notifies. Let us finish with best practices. Use meaningful thresholds based on real production behavior. Do not create alarms for every small spike. Use separate warnings and critical alarms. Add proper log retention policies, like 30 days or 90 days. Monitor business metrics, not only CPU. Create dashboards grouped by application or service. Also, avoid common mistakes. Do not ignore alarm noise. Do not store logs forever without a retention policy. Do not depend only on CPU. And do not manually test alarms for the first time during a real incident. That brings us to the end of this CloudWatch Observability Masterclass. If this helped you, subscribe to Naveen Tech Hub for more AWS, DevOps, cloud, and AI practical tutorials.